everybody. It's Guy Juravich once again, the founder and inventor of Spinbal, the cymbal spinner. So you may have just procured your very own Spinbal cymbal spinner from our website, spinbal.com. And what we'd like to do is just give you a few pointers on some safety tips, because as much as this is fun, there is potential danger, and we want to make sure that everyone is aware of that. So first off, let's talk about how to get Spinbal appropriately installed on your kit. So what you've got is the spinbal and one felt. Pretty simple. Basically, what I'm making sure is that this is clean. There's no rust on here, dirt. I've removed any other cymbal holders. You put it right on. It's a metal-on-metal connection, and that's perfect. You put it right on there, and you put your felt right on top as well. Now, when you apply a cymbal, you just put it right on top. And luckily, since it's spinning, you're going to notice there's a lot less vibrational response back and forth this way than you would with a stationary spinbal. So if I were to hit the cymbal with my finger, you see it falls right off, and that's dangerous. But when it's spinning, and I hit it with my finger, you'll notice that it reacts very less. It didn't fall off. So the idea here is that we recommend not using top felts and not using top wing nuts. The reason why is that the sonic variations in a spinning cymbal, such as the vibrato or perhaps a sizzle effect like this, or any other kinds of sonic effects, would be diminished if you yank on a felt. However, for some of our younger players and heavy hitters, so if you're in a rock and metal band, yeah, definitely recommend those top felts, my friends. However, I would like to demonstrate that unfortunately, putting a regular old felt on there will not work. Regular old, wing nut on there will not work. So this is your standard wing nut. The reason why it won't work is that you put it on and then you hit it, and ever so slightly it's going to slowly vibrate down, and that will act as a brake and eventually stop the spinning. So we ask, if you do in fact use a top wing nut or a top felt, that you use one of your locking brands. There's some wonderful companies making locking wing nuts, and we urge you to be safe. Now, the other thing is, when you're spinning it for the first time, we ask you to be really, really careful about your selection of cymbals. Now, these are all circular cymbals. They may look cool, but they're not, vented. There's no star shapes or any other odd shapes. We really, really urge you to be safe if you're going to use vented cymbals or any other effect cymbals or trash cymbals and broken cymbals. Please do not use broken cymbals, my friends. We don't want you to hurt yourselves. So when you put it on, we ask you, of course, to be careful and check every single time that your cymbal is, in fact, in good order. Nice little fun fact is that when you're buying a cymbal, you might want to know if it's flat or not. So a lot of people spin them. It's a great way to check your profile and actually evaluate your own cymbal collection. However, we urge you not to spin it. So I can spin it with all my force. It's really unnecessary. In fact, that you're going to get the similar vibrational response if it's a lot slower. So I can put my hand right on there to break it. If you know your cymbals and you're comfortable doing that, it's okay. However, if you've got a lot of ridges or perhaps dents or bumps, we really urge you not to choke it when it's spinning at full speed, the way you would perhaps normal choke. So we ask you to really recognize that there isn't a brake to slow it down. It's going to keep going. So if you're going to spin it, kind of imagine that it's going to keep going. So it's wonderful for perhaps an auxiliary ride cymbal or an auxiliary crash cymbal or something that you're not playing all of the time. However, the nice part is that when you play it and play it and play it, eventually it'll slow down. So we just urge you to really be careful about what cymbals you're putting on, how you're putting them on. And when I say that, what I mean is, we do recommend having fun with angling because, like I said in some other videos, you get a nice vibrational response and you can time your vibrato. So angling that much is fine. In fact, angling a little bit more is okay too, and it'll still spin wonderfully for the same amount of time. However, this model is made for extreme cymbal angling. So we ask you to be really, really careful and really don't go past 30 degrees. It's really not worth it. We would hate for you to hurt yourselves. And once again, if you are the kind of person that wants to angle your cymbals, we absolutely urge that you use a top wing nut and a top felt as well. Realistically, once it's spinning, you're pretty good. You want to be safe, but we do ask you to also alert those around you to what might be happening. So even though it might be a surprise to your audience, please don't let it be a surprise to your support staff, perhaps any videographers or sound engineers that may be. involved as well. So we just want to make sure that everyone is aware that there is potential danger. We do ask you to spin at your own risk. And we also say, we understand this could be a wonderful educational tool for some of our younger colleagues. However, it's not intended for children. We ask you as a parent to evaluate your own son or daughter's abilities and awareness. And maybe it's not for everyone who's that young. We recommend, really just using common sense. So we urge you to be safe. Please don't make any massive errors. I once went ahead and put a vented cymbal on there and I found my finger getting caught as well. So don't hurt yourselves, be safe. But most importantly, have a great time. I'm clearly having fun, so we can't wait for you to as well. Thanks for your time.